This is important. I think we need to express to the Prime Minister, since he's here, we have to seize the opportunity to make 5 demands on behalf of Sarawakians from here. I'll give you the full statement after this, but these are briefly the 5 demands that we have. The first one, of course, is with regards to the realization of 20% oil royalty for Sarawak. That is important because Gadalan has been fighting, Sarawakians have been fighting, all Sarawakians. This one is actually, we even have a motion in the DUN, in the State Assembly, that was passed, that was unanimously agreed by everybody, all the State Assemblymen, including the Chief Minister himself, to say that we must demand for this 20% royalty. And until today, it is going nowhere. That was in 2014 May, and we are still waiting for it today. So we hope that the Prime Minister will grant us what we want, if they really care about Sarawakian. That is one of the most important things. Secondly, we think it is important that the Chief Minister must tell the Prime Minister that this is an issue in DUN as well, that was of concern to us, and that is important. It is to annul the Territorial Sea Act 2012 for that infringement of the rights of Sarawakian to our rights, to our territorial sea, our rights to our seabeds, to our shores, to the continental shelf that is attached to Sarawak. That is important, and we have passed the motion in DUN that we cannot recognize that act that was passed in 2012, which we think is of no effect because it's unconstitutional and illegal when it was passed in Parliament. So we want it to be annulled, and we want the Prime Minister to react to this. Thirdly is with regards to the rescission of the tripartite agreement on the petroleum agreement. The petroleum agreement that was signed between the federal government, the state government, and the Petronas. Because of the changes in the law, because of the uplifting of the emergency ordinance, it is important that we relook at this tripartite petroleum agreement that was being signed earlier. So this should be allowed for the state, Sarawak, Sabah, Kelantan, Terengganu, the oil-producing state, to renegotiate the agreement between the federal government and all these 4 state governments and Petronas to make sure that it really brings justice for the oil-producing state, so that, like Sarawak, we are the third in the contribution towards the country's GDP. But what do we get in Sarawak, as all of you can see? So we are still going for the very basic of amenities and infrastructure. So I believe it's the same thing for Sabah, it's the same thing for Kelantan and Terengganu. We should renegotiate all these. That is important. Okay, the 4th one is on the full recognition of UEC, the United Examination Certificate. To fully recognize that certificate for entrance into public universities and the civil service. That Sarawak government has started, Selangor government has done that, Penang government has done that, but at the moment it's up to the federal government, who has control over the educational policy in the country, to recognize fully UEC, to make sure that that will bring benefits to everybody in Sarawak, in Sabah, and actually throughout Malaysia. Fifthly, we want the Prime Minister to tell us that the use of English as medium of instruction for primary and secondary school in Sarawak. We call for the review of the policy to allow this to allow the use of English as medium of instruction, taking into consideration the consistent pattern of decline of rural schools in Sarawak, the need for the state to determine the system and policy of education in Sarawak, including the restoration of English as medium of instruction in schools, to enable our future generations to have education, to be educated through all medium of instruction, to better compete with others globally. These are the 5 demands that we want to make here as candidates for keadilan here on behalf of all Sarawakians. Thank you.